Oh, it's wonderful.
Where does this go?
So I just finished a big hunk. I haven't had one of those and I don't know how long. When I would go to town with my dad, I always wanted out because it was the biggest candy bar that you could get. So it's kind of nostalgic, but man.
They're nothing to write home about. I don't see what
they're amazing. Makes me want to stomp in a mud hole. I like it. Okay.
All right, explain what it is, because
it's a nougat. It's a sugary nougat of delicious heaven. I've got to shred the paper. I can't even show anybody, but and it's gone.
And I like nougat. I like nougat, but
you don't appreciate nougat.
No. You also got your mean bean Java.
I got some caffeine. I'm kind of being naughty today. I have my caffeine. I had a big hunk.
Done ate it.
Okay.
Step one, we got to stop over here at Ross. I'm not sure what Ross is, but
it's a clothing store thing.
Okay. Well, we got to stop at the Ross clothing store and pick up something out of our Amazon locker.
Amazon Day.
Yeah, we don't really have anything exciting. I think it's like coffee and tea and maybe some pre-workout powder, but
oh, our chaga tea's coming in.
Got some chaga tea coming in and some cacao and some pre-workout stuff. So all stuff that we need. We have had to shift a little bit since we went full time. You know, we had an Amazon box landing on our porch every day when we were in the Stick and Brick, and now we kind of have to source some more things locally, which is good. We're all for shop local, but there's some stuff that you just can't get locally, or it's a special brand, or it's that good of a price it makes sense to order it on Amazon. Mm-hmm. So we try to use the Amazon lockers, or if we're mooch docking, we'll have an Amazon package sent to friends of ours. We have to think ahead a little bit on how far in advance we order, where are we going to be, so it does add some complexity to it. But these Amazon lockers are really nice, and I'm sure our friends probably get tired of divvying out Amazon boxes every day. You guys know who you are, and we do appreciate it. But yeah, so long story made short, we're going to run over here to Ross, pick up some Amazon package, and then you're going to tell me where to drive next.
Here he comes.
Stuff.
Yay!
It's kind of nice. They've got the new automated lockers.
Oh, nice.
So like before, we went to where we would have to like type in a code, or maybe you have to go to a counter and talk to somebody. These, you just get close and you hit start pickup, and it just...
Oh, that's cool. I want to see that in person next time. That's too cool.
Nice and easy.
So today we are going to experience Hot Springs. So Hot Springs does have a national park. I think it's one of those that people are often disappointed because maybe they had it's very small in comparison to the Yellowstones and the glaciers and the big places.
It's a good place to be, and it's a great place to visit. So we want to show you some of the things we like about Arkansas, Hot Springs being one of them.
So Hot Springs is a little nostalgic for us just because it's close to where we would frequent a lot. We would take at least 1 to 2 trips a year with friends, or just the 3 of us with Isaac. We've always enjoyed it. So we're going to kind of show you, we're not going to hit everything. We don't want to do everything we've done before, but we are going to show you a little bit of what we like to do, and hopefully you enjoy it.
This actually used to be an alley for a drive-in mortuary.
This it?
Yeah, we're the last stop on the haunted tours. Get a free gumball. You have to say the candy corner pledge first.
Okay.
Say, I promise to eat my candy.
I promise to eat my candy.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Now make sure you catch it because it will land on the floor and you just promise to eat it. So.
Okay, you have to catch it.
I'll catch it. Sweet.
There you go.
Nice. What owe you?
Thank you. Well, that was a cool stop.
Yeah, we had to stop at the little old-fashioned candy store. Angela gets her candy mustache. I had to get some milk chocolate espresso beans.
That guy was really cool. He was a lot of fun. I can't pass up candy. I have a problem. My name is Angela, and I love candy.
Please tell us again.
I love candy. So this is officially Hot Springs National Park.
See in here?
Oh, it feels good. It's like a heater.
Kind of bubbles down. Oh, it's wonderful. Fog your glasses up.
Ooh. Oh, wow. That is hot. It's beautiful. So people would come here from all around to take a healing bath. So we are about to go into Bathhouse Row, so more history. There are some that you can actually do spas, you can take a bath.
You can go get massages if you want to do that.
Massages, facials.
The history behind this is these were thought to be healing waters, so people with money would come down here and pay 25 cents to take a bath in natural hot springs water, and there's all kinds of stuff that we'll get to here in a little while, but just a really cool place. I can't imagine paying for a bath, but I guess back in the day that's the only way you had to do it.
You still can, at least at one of them.
Yeah.
I'm a little skeeved out about taking a bath with someone else. It's more like a hot swimming pool, but
Yeah.
I'm not ready to do that. But it is cool. It's neat. It's a nice partner history. That was hotter. It gets hotter the further you go up. Very often there's someone out playing guitar or some kind of instrument out in this little square. Looks like they have it lit up for Christmas, but we are in the off season too, so.
And it's Tuesday and it's a morning.
Yeah.
And yeah. Is that hot too?
Really hot.
You know, even in Yellowstone, a lot of places with the hot water and the natural waters, you get that real bad sulfury smell you kind of smell everywhere. Not so in Hot Springs. I've never smelled a sulfur smell here. Let's go catch up with Ange and see what she's got going on.
They started capping the hot springs back in 1840 to do the baths and just kind of control them. But it said it has an average of 134 degrees Fahrenheit.
I believe that.
Yeah. And it talks about all the algae that can stand those really high temps that grows, and it's thick. It's thick.
But the water is super pure, like clean enough to drink.
Yeah. And there's actually a fountain, I think it's at the end of this lane, that you can fill up water. It's
Yeah.
free. It's just a fountain that you can bring your jugs and fill it up. And I know as a kid we did that a lot. I don't remember what it tasted like. Supposedly it's mineral rich and delicious and healing, but we didn't bring any jugs, so maybe we'll get a shot of it.
You mean you didn't bring any water jugs?
I didn't carry any with me.
We can buy jugs.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, you can buy just about anything down here. So we're actually coming up on Christmas time. So part of the reason for this trip was to pick up a couple of things to give to people at Christmas and kind of get into some unique stuff. You can also get into the tourist trap like you would and insert any national park or tourist attraction here. Parking, there is some free parking down around here, but a lot of places you have to pay, especially if you want to be in kind of a more well-lit, more populated area, you might have to pay a little bit. So
it was all coin-operated parking meters. Now they actually have some apps that you can download and things like that. So just keep parking in mind when you come down here. By far, I think as far as architecture, the Quapaw is the coolest building in downtown Hot Springs, and it's very well preserved. Unfortunately, you can't go in, but it's beautiful. Find a comfy place to sit.
I'll be here if you're looking for me.
They have like some old like toiletries and stuff they used to give out at the bathhouse.
This always cracks me up. It looks like a torture chamber, doesn't it? I guess here you can group bath.
Hydrotherapy. Where does this go? They really need an instructional booklet here to tell just exactly what the purpose of
What does this do?
these would be. Sunray cabinets, frigid cabinets, devices for sprays, douches, sitz baths, electric baths, and the like. So it says bathing attendants were used in bathhouses as early as 1875 all the way up until the 1980s. There's your laser stitching machine you like so much, Jim. Looks complicated. Literally big chunks of crystal on the ground. So, chiropody, if I said that right, is actually a foot health specialist. But I'm looking at some of the tools they would have used on your feet.
Some of them look kind of scary.
It's kind of crude, man. That I've got power drills smaller than that. The Fordyce Bathhouse is really cool. It's actually the last bathhouse that you can still tour for free here in Hot Springs, and it also serves as the National Park Visitor Center here. Super cool to check out, just a different era of life. Obviously well before our time, but very cool thing to check out. Quick reminder to donate to your visitor center, sign the guest book if they have one. So hopefully you enjoyed the tour of the Fordyce Bathhouse, and we'll see what else we can show you guys today.
Of the Arlington Hotel. There's a ton of history that's packed here. There's some Al Capone history. You'll have to read for yourself. And I think they just renovated recently, but it's a beautiful hotel. So we always like to come up here and kind of hang out on the porch for a little bit.
Yeah, and something that's interesting here at the Arlington is Al Capone actually did hang out here, and there's a whole history of underground tunnels for Al Capone and the gangsters, and a lot of famous baseball players, things like that. Al Capone's limousine used to actually sit right over here underneath the Arlington. It's not there anymore. I'm not sure what happened to it, but maybe
Bulletproof, wasn't it?
it was a bulletproof Cadillac limousine.
And there are stories about how there's underground tunnels, like you said,
Yeah.
and he would travel from across the street.
Underground. He was so afraid of getting assassinated, he would take the underground tunnel under the street. So,
Pretty cool.
yeah, let's get on downtown. Still? Too much?
That's good.
Too much, though.
Oh my God.
In 1886, Cap Anson brought the Chicago White Stockings, now called the Cubs, to Hot Springs. This bustling turn of the century spa resort with famous hot baths, mountains, trails, hotels, and activities was the perfect place for something no one had heard of: spring training for professional baseball. Soon teams have built 5 fields and as many as 250 players, including some legends of the game, trained here year after year.
We just realized that we spent 3.5 hours walking downtown, but it was as much fun as I remember. And a lot's changed since we've been here. They do have a couple museums. They have a wax museum, which is decent, and they have a gangster museum. It's very, very small from what I remember.
But it's cool.
But it was pretty neat. But we kind of liked that history too. We enjoyed that.
Yeah, and they've done some neat things with the bathhouses. The last time we were here, the Fordyce was still open, which you could tour, but most of the other ones were closed. And I think one they've turned into a restaurant now, one's a bakery, one's a coffee shop. There's still 1 or 2 places you can still go take a hot springs bath or get a massage down here. But they've done something neat with almost all the bathhouses, which is cool, because this is a really neat part of Arkansas history and American history, really. If you look into who all used to come here, some very famous and very wealthy and well-to-do people used to visit this area. So, and even to this day, it's a great place to take your kids. You've got Magic Springs, like a water amusement park deal nearby. There's a Mid-America Science Museum that's nearby that is great for the kids. We took our son there when he was little bitty.
Especially if they're younger or you have a large group.
Yeah.
That's a must do. They do a great job with that. I know some family members that did it just recently and they had changed quite a bit, but adults loved it. The kids loved it. That one's a go-to. There's an alligator farm.
Yep, we have not seen that.
We have seen that.
Oh, have we?
Isaac was...
Shows you how much I remember. I'm glad we're videoing things now.
The alligator farm is very small. We went when Isaac was really little, so as far as what it's like now, I don't know. But even being small, we enjoyed that. We enjoyed it, and he enjoyed it.
Yeah. Lots of good stuff to do for everybody involved, and there's a ton of great restaurants. I'll mention 3, one of which we're going to visit later today, but we'll leave that as a surprise for the end.
It's because he doesn't know.
It's because I haven't decided yet. If you're in Hot Springs, there's a ton of good places to eat, but there's a few that come off the top of my head. But McClard's Barbecue, great place to go have barbecue. I hope to do that later on. Maybe when we go to the horse races, that's kind of our tradition there. And then you got Cajun Boilers, which is seafood and New Orleans style Cajun food, really good stuff. And then you got Fisherman's Wharf, which is like a fish and seafood restaurant that's right on Lake Hamilton that's awesome as well. And honorable mention number 4 is BJ's Italian Villa. Awesome spot if you want to go have some Italian food.
Is it BJ's or JJ's?
It's either JJ's Italian Villa. We're going to figure out what the name of it. There's an Italian Villa. It's either BJ's or JJ's or RJ's or LJ's.
There's a J in it.
There's a J in it, but it's been 6 or 7 years, so bear with us. So right here along the bottom, we're going to put the actual name of the restaurant because it is very good and definitely worth checking out. Lots of things to do downtown Hot Springs at night. There's a lot of places that have live music and stuff like that going on, but I think right now we're actually going to take you guys up to the Hot Springs Mountain Tower It's a nice overlook that takes you real far up in the air, and you can kind of see everything from there. Check out Arkansas, guys. Don't write it off on your trip list. There's a ton of things to do here. They call it the natural state for a reason, and we're obviously big fans of it. Let's go.
We are at the Hot Springs Mountain Tower. We're gonna run up about 260 feet and show you a view of the city from above. Pretty cool to check out. Let's go. I gotta get in position.
Going up.
Going up. Did your stomach just drop?
Yeah, you guys know how much I love heights, right? So the overlook tower is not free. It's $9 a person to get in, I believe. If you have police, military, first responders, you get a discount for that. But they do take credit cards pretty much everywhere out here. Have some cash like always, but they're pretty card friendly. You can get a filet mignon for $5 in the 1960s here at the Arlington Hotel. Lobster for $2.25. I actually have an old price sheet up here. At Fordyce, so one bath was 25 cents, 5 for $1.25. Massage was $2. That's crazy. Here's an old room bill up here. The room was $8.16. Wow, that's cool.
Headed into Fisherman's Wharf. It's a place we like to go when we are down this way. Right off of Lake Hamilton. Lake Hamilton is fed by Lake Ouachita. I think it feeds 3 different lakes. It's a smaller lake, but it is commercialized, so you do have places you can go right off of the water, so that's fun. But they have pretty good food. I'm just gonna throw some stuff together for some little tacos, little street tacos. And I'm still trying to find a place for this. So I'm gonna tell on you. So, funny story.
Don't tell this story in front of everybody.
It's
Come
funny.
on.
So Cody has been hearing about how cacao it's an unprocessed cocoa powder is what it is, and how healthy it is for you. The antioxidants and the different things it can do for you. So he was telling me about it, and he said, I think I'd like to try it. I know people that will just put a little scoop in their coffee. It's supposed to help them, they like it, and we thought, okay, cool, we'll try it. But then he told me that he found a great deal online for just a little larger bag, and so he ordered that. And I come in here as he's opening the package, and he's hollering.
Hold on, this stuff's really, really expensive. So,
especially when you buy a much larger bag.
for what I spent on a 5-pound bag, I could have bought like 1.5 pounds at the normal size prices. So
this is something I would do. So it's extra funny for me that he did it. And
so I guess flashback to the Parmesan cheese situation of 2021.
a large Parmesan cheese
Yeah.
did not go well.
Again, trying to save money.
So keep in mind, 1 serving is a teaspoon. I'm going to show you what the bag looks like. This is going to take us 2 years to go through.
How many servings was it again?
1 serving was 1 teaspoon, and it was 5 pounds of cocoa powder. I don't know how many servings were in the bag.
I think it was like 450 servings. I'm serious. I think that's the thing. Maybe I'll find a picture of it online. And
Okay, so that's not even a joke then. will take us a year to use it. So I'm researching all these recipes to use this in.
It is good in coffee though.
It is really good in coffee, and I heard that it was good in chili. So next time we have chili, we're gonna try it. Because it makes the coffee really rich and not sweet, just rich. And if it's good for you, it's bonus. All right, I want to chop a few things up and shred this chicken, and we're gonna eat. Day 2 in Hot Springs, and we are headed to Oaklawn.
Arriving at Oaklawn Casino in Hot Springs on the left.
Yeah, we are. So it's been a long time. We used to go at least once a year with a group. So we have a lot of nostalgia here too. I go more for the horses. We don't do a whole lot with money, but it's just always fun. They do have a casino that they just, I think, expanded, a hotel. I think now they have a spa and some restaurants. So I think it's gonna be quite a bit different from what we remember. It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
I know used to, on the weekends, they would have kids, a lot of younger kids there, like out in the center, tossing a football and playing, taking pictures, things like that. So it is pretty family friendly from what I remember. I don't remember ever feeling threatened or anything. It's a pretty comfortable environment. So we're gonna go check it out, see what's changed, and we're pretty excited. I'm gonna show you a little bit of the horses.
Let's do it.
Do it.
Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday, kind of a cool morning, but the rain's finally out of here. We didn't get a really good chance yesterday to wrap up our trip to Oaklawn down in Hot Springs, Arkansas. It got dark on us and we had a lot of crazy traffic getting out of there. Just kind of beware if you're in Hot Springs and it's race day. Central Avenue down by Oaklawn's basically bumper to bumper. So we wanted to take a quick second to recap Oaklawn. We had a really good time. We're definitely not professional horse bettors or gamblers or anything like that.
We proved it.
So we did prove that again yesterday. So we're going to stick to RV tips. We'll spare you the horse racing tips. Needless to say, we've said before, we're not major gamblers, but we usually throw a couple bucks on each race just to kind of keep it interesting.
It was so much fun. It's always such a comfortable and fun environment. You meet different people. Some you bicker with, perfect strangers. We met one guy. He came up next to us before a race. He had a bridle over his shoulder and a lead. And so we looked over and we said, okay, so we know you're not here just playing. He said, no, I had worked with this horse for over a year, and I wanted to see him run his first race because this was opening day. And so of course we had to cheer on his horse. So that was fun. He was a cool guy. And then it's kind of fun to see the reasoning that people use for betting.
Their strategy, you mean?
Their strategy, yeah. So some do the horse, some actually follow it hardcore. You'll hear them say, oh, I watched him race and practice this date and this date last year. And some people are really into it. A lot of people are there just for the fun and the excitement and the atmosphere. One lady, I think, bet on a horse because it was number 8 and her birthday was in the 8th month. And another, the horse came from a country that her dog came from. So you never know the reasoning. Some bet on the jockeys. It's just, to me, you could go, not bet any money, and have a good time. The horses turn the corner and the volume rises and people are cheering and high-fiving and dancing, and it's just really, really fun.
Yeah, and you can go. I think you can bet as little as 10 cents per race if you want to, just to keep it fun and interesting.
Right up our alley.
Yeah, we never bet much, but to me it makes it more interesting. So we were big losers yesterday, but we still had a great time. And they do have a lot of nice indoor box seating that you can reserve, some for no charge, some for a very low charge. So if it's kind of a misty day, but we actually lucked out. It didn't rain on us that part of the day.
The weather was pretty
And the weather was pretty nice.
That day, it actually didn't rain much, which we have not seen much of this past couple of weeks.
So yesterday we went out to Garvin Gardens there in Hot Springs. They have a beautiful glass wedding chapel that you can get married in. It's kind of expensive and you got to book it pretty far out, but it's beautiful and it's open to the public. You can go tour there. But Garvin Gardens is a beautiful place to go any time of the year. They actually have their Trail of Lights this time of year. I think it was about a 45-minute walking tour, and the whole place is lit up all the way down to the chapel and all that good stuff. So if you're into Christmas lights, I'm not a big Christmas light guy, but it was pretty and it was very well done. So I would say even if you're kind of on Christmas lights, you'll still enjoy this.
We're at Garvin Gardens in Hot Springs, Arkansas. It's more of a place for summer and spring. You can walk through the gardens. It's a really beautiful place.
They do a lot of weddings and things like that. It's more of a venue, but they do their Trail of Lights here in the Christmas season. Kind of pricey at $20 a head to get in, but this is really pretty.
It's beautiful. How long do you think it took them to put all this up?
A lot longer than my patience would have held out for.
It's very pretty.
That bamboo. Oh, pandas.
Yeah, it's raining.
It's been raining for like 7 days.
7 nights.
We've been dodging it all day, hoping to get to do this, and I'm hoping we can see it all before the next batch of rain hits. But
Just make us feel like we're in a forest, that's all.
it's not cold, but it feels cold.
So let's talk about what's next.
Yeah, I think we've mentioned it more than a few times. We're kind of in limbo. We're planners by nature, but our big priority right now is being home for the holidays in Arkansas with family, and 2, working on our home base. Our home base is kind of in an isolated location in central Arkansas, and with that comes
Availability for work.
With that comes availability for workers and the problems that brings. For instance, we've been trying to get gravel down to reinforce our driveway for the better part of 3 weeks.
Especially around the holidays.
Yeah.
Or hunting season. I think with the lack of sunshine, the lack of travel, and the lack of progress that we've had on the property, we're going a little crazy. And we had to assess ourselves and decide that we need to get away for at least a few days.
Yep.
And then we're going to take it from there. or see if we get some phone calls back, and we may just come right back and get some stuff done.
But for us, it's time to get back on the road again and be real full-time RVers. Again, I've kind of got the itch to travel. So we're about all done and packed up here, and the dogs are out taking their last little walk around the property, and we're going to hit the road. We will see you all in Oklahoma City.
See you there.
We didn't really get a great chance yesterday to wrap up. We didn't get a really chance.
We are at Garvin Gardens Botanical. We are at Garvin Gardens in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
One more.
Good morning, everybody. All right.
So as we all know, our traffic. I gotta quit saying, hold up a sign that says no definitely's.
How does this work? Hang on. Oh, I know.
Be an editing nightmare. Thank you guys again for joining us this week. If you enjoyed seeing Hot Springs, Arkansas, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Those things are free to you and they help us out a lot. So continue to join us on the journey, and thanks again for watching.